Today I'm joined by young adults minister and pastor and social media personality Josh Hawkins. Josh has a significant presence online and he's found online fame through a video he produced which went viral, which means for the uninitiated it was viewed and shared by tons and tons of people. Let's look at one of Josh's videos.
Hi, I'm Josh, aka Hi Josh.
This guy goes by the name Hi Josh.
Josh, thank you so much for joining us from Australia.
Have an avocado.
Have another.
I got L's in the South Pole, making the presents you asked for.
Life is one big party when you're serious. But who's gonna have your back when it's all done?
My name's Derek. I'm a DJ.
Them the kind of living count, old chaka, follow me.
He calls himself the guy who likes to
Throw things into other things. Didn't get 6 million views in a week, so here we go.
Some of Josh's videos have been viewed by over 8 million people. To tell us more about what he does and why he does it, welcome Josh.
Thanks, Keith.
Is that going to be a new sport in the Olympics? You know,
Throwing
where people
things?
throwing things on for people's shoulders.
I hope so. I would love to win a gold medal, and that's probably the only thing I could win it in.
I'm sure. Oh, I don't. You could do many things, I'm sure. How did it all come about?
Well, I've been doing YouTube for about 10 years. This particular video was 2 years ago and came out of nowhere. I had an empty bottle of Powerade. There's a bin behind me. Didn't want to walk the 4 steps to the bin, so chucked it, went in. And yeah, it just got harder and harder from there.
And you do it naturally? You don't do any practice or anything, do you?
Well, I figure like if I practice and it goes in, then I've wasted it. So I just make sure I film everything.
Absolutely. How many videos have you actually done on post?
I have done about 150 videos throughout those 10 years.
Now, in a very serious sense, what sort of reaction do you get?
Well, hopefully it's quite funny. But that's the kind of content I make, like short comedy videos. But obviously, like the throwing one isn't really funny. It's just kind of amazing and interesting.
Amazing.
I think it's amazing.
Yes. So let me talk about the influence of social media, because this is a bit more serious. Because social media is, you know, you can be on the train and the bus. You see people absolutely engrossed in what they're doing.
Yeah.
Do you see it as a very powerful media?
Oh, for sure. And I think that's why I think anyone in the world should engage in it. I think it's a great tool. But yeah, it's crazy the numbers. Like Facebook has over 2 billion people on it now. I know there's Snapchat, which a lot of the young people use, and there's 10 billion sent every day. So it's just kind of interesting how obsessed we are with social media. And I think it's a good thing. I see it as a good thing. It's a good tool to engage with people and build relationships.
I mean, the world has changed. When we came to Australia 13 years ago, we used to have to pick the telephone up to speak to family in the
Telephone?
UK. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that's something they have on the side, on the table. You pick it up.
I think I've read books about that. Yeah.
But, you know, now you can just get your phone and immediately it's FaceTiming or Skyping.
Talk to anyone in the world.
Yeah.
You can message a celebrity. You never know if they'll message back. It's great.
How do you use it to connect with people?
Well, so for me personally, the way I use it to connect with people is just to use the gifts that God's given me in order to engage people. So that's why I make videos, hopefully funny videos, that people would simply be engaged and like entertained. And then maybe the next step would be to build a relationship with that person, or at least have an icebreaker for a conversation.
Now, in your role at church, how do these two link up together?
I mean, not really directly linked. So I obviously work at the church, and then this is on the side, and I do both. But I think it helps, again, to break the ice. I was actually a pretty shy kid, and so what I found was these videos actually helped to break the ice in conversation, helped me get out of my little shell, a little introverted shell.
I understand that because I'm a preacher and I find it still very difficult to begin conversation with people I've never met and all that sort of stuff. And so these things do help you to do what you're doing. I want to ask this question.
Yeah.
What are the dangers of social media?
Oh, well, I think the danger is we get too obsessed with it. I've found myself, the first thing I do when I wake up is scroll through Facebook and the last thing you do before you go to bed, have another scroll. So you can definitely, I think it's good to have boundaries with that stuff because it's endless content. That, and I think just finding your self-worth in the social media stuff. And I think a lot of the young kids might find that, where it's like, oh, I didn't get enough likes or enough comments.
Sure.
And it's like, I get that because that's kind of the way that we're wired.
There was a conversation, wasn't it, about the likes, when sometimes it might be responding to something that like is not the appropriate thing to bang, really.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, if you're confident and find your value somewhere else, that's when it's okay to be engaged in it and to have fun with it. I think that's the most important thing.
How far do you think the church can use this positively as a tool for communication?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I mean, I meet a lot of people at church on a Sunday who are there for the first time, and I'm like, how did you end up here? Did you come with a friend? And a lot of the answer is, well, I searched church in Castle Hill, and yours was the first one that popped up. I think that's really powerful, like that someone could actually come to a church, join a community because of something that they search online.
If somebody's listening to our conversation and they're a young person sat there and they really want to be the next YouTube or social media sensation, what would you say to them?
I would simply say just have fun with it. That's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. And that's, I think, the most important thing. Have fun, and if your friends enjoy it, then you've got to win.
And then in the Christian sense, if you've got to win, you become somebody who can then use that position in a way that's positive and good in the world, can't you? Yeah,
and I think that's where the power of it comes in. If you're having fun and showing the values of what a Christian is and who a Christian is, it'll be attractive, and people will see that and they'll start asking questions.
And that's the responsibility we've got, isn't it, as Christians in that space?
Yeah, and then we can start to share our faith with gentleness and respect, and it's going to be a beautiful thing.